tonight. Baby, oh baby, I'm on my way. We're gonna play all night. I'm anxious to see you, so wanna touch you, hug you, and love you right. All night. And we're gonna rock it, loving and stopping. Baby, hold on tight. I hope it rains all night. All night long. I hope it rains all night long. Oh, lady, queen of my heart, royal, thou art such a blessing. Come with me, baby. I have been waiting to show you how much I'm missing.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a nice vibe for you today. Trust me.
You're on my pillow
Legendary stuff.
and sweet
Legendary stuff.
me.
Tell your friends to tell their friends to join us right here.
When it's
Got a nice vibe coming your way.
only
Trust me, you don't want to miss it.
that
You don't want to miss it. Trust me, you don't want to miss it.
I hope
It's going to be a vibe indeed. Made you a promise. We keeping a promise, all right?
all night long. I
The legendary
hope it rains.
Sir Ernie Smith in the building. I'll be talking some things and some music, you know what I mean? Go over some history, some legacy, some legendary stuff. Keyword legendary. Don't happen every day. Tell your friends to tell their friends. The vibe I got different. You know what I mean? Right here we're hearing King Charles. It's called Rail All Night.
I did call
It's Zimmer Entertainment. Zimmer Production. What up, fam? Again, tell your friends. We got a vibe. Thank you all so much. I see you.
Well, I got to let you know tonight you're on my pillow. So
Wait, so West London in the building. What up, Paul?
give
What's going on, fam?
you to me. And when it starts pouring, it's only confirming that it was meant to be. I hope it rains all night.
Hope it rains all night, yeah.
All night long.
All night long.
I hope
Sammy, what's up?
it rains.
Thank y'all. Appreciate it.
All night long.
Because coming home, I picked up the sound of the raindrops, like music, on my rooftop falling. Say your body is calling, make love all night till the morning. Diddle-diddling, say we're listening to the music played by the drizzling.
All night
All night long.
I hope it rains all night. All night long. I hope it rains all night long. All night
Well, it's a marvelous night for a moon dance with the stars up above in your eyes. A fantabulous night to make romance beneath the cover of October skies. And all the leaves on the trees are falling to the sound of the breezes that blow. And I'm trying to please to the calling of your heartstrings that play soft and low. And all the night magic seems to whisper and hush, and all the soft moonlight seems to shine in your blush. Can I just have one more romance with you, my love? Can I just make some more romance with you, my love? Well, I wanna make love to you tonight. I can't wait that you're never alone. There and then all my dreams will come true, dear.
Walk on there, all.
And then I will make it my own.
Blessings.
Anytime I touch you, you just tremble inside. And I know how much you want me that you can hide. Can I just have one more moment with you, my love? Can I just make some more romance with you, my love?
Hey, McLeod, how's it going? Paul was popping, my UK fam. Got all the Pauls out today. It's a vibe, man, trust me.
I wanna make love to you tonight.
It's Elisa Marie.
Can't wait till the morning is gone.
Moon Dance.
And I know that the time is just right. And straight into my arms you will run. And when you come, my heart will be waiting to make sure that you're never alone. There and then all my dreams will come true, dear. There and then I will make it my own. 'Cause anytime I touch you, you just tremble inside. And I know how much you want me that you can hide. Can I just have one more moment with you, my love? Can I just make some more romance with you, my love? Can I just have one more moment with you, my love? Can I just make some more romance with you, my love? Baby, can I have one more dance with you? One more dance with you. Da 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 dee da 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 da. Doo tweet. Da 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 dee. Da 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 doo.
This is Wayne Warner saying J. Cole, legal businessman. Bang, bang, boom.
I mean say this a protege, eh? Homegrown with G Cola, what you say, eh? We make them know what reggae music we a play, eh? Hey, this is Protege, the one and only representing for G Cole, you know. Check it, ease out.
And we said them not got no style like we. G Cole, them not got no style like we. None of them no wicked, no wild like we. Accurate, Kabaka Pyramid representing for the #1 selector and radio host. It's all about G Cole, keep it locked. Accurate.
Hey, what's up? It's your girl Kalia. I'm hanging out with your boy G Cole on the Homegrown Show.
Yes. Welcome one and all. It is Homegrown with G Cole coming to the Massive and crew live across the globe, man. Gotta big up everybody listening in from near and far. Radio fam, what's up? Roberts Radio over there in the UK. Gotta big up everybody. Live 11 Radio, Reggae Global Radio, all the entities, man. I appreciate y'all big time. I got a dope show for y'all today, all right? Again, we're dedicating today's show to Janelle Reynolds, one of my dope guests. Rest in peace. So sad to see our young people going away today, but you know what? We're going to dedicate this one to your memory. We're going to have a good time, all right? All my nurses out there, doctors, paramedics, first responders, everybody on the front lines for us, thank y'all so much. We appreciate you big time, all right? All my educators getting a break right about now from school. I know them kids are driving them crazy. Kids driving them crazy all through the year. They get a little break right now, so don't act up. I don't want to see y'all on YouTube or nothing acting wild out there because we're going to have to deal with you come the beginning of the school year, all right? So keep it cool, keep it calm, and if you're going to act a fool, go to another city, all right? You cannot be recognized in your city wilding out for our kids. I'm just saying, we're all entitled to act a fool. Don't do it in the neighborhood. That's all I got to say. All right? I got to big up Jamaicans.com. Everybody watching there. Everybody watching on the Homegrown G Cole platform. Thank y'all for all the messages. All right? Sir Tuna Gregory Lodge up. Sir Donald Clive Davidson. Everybody say, yo, big up Lodge up. Sir Ernie. He's in the building. Oftentimes I say, you know what? I'm going to have a good convo. Y'all give me about 5 minutes. They give me 5 minutes, right? If in the 5 minutes I don't say Ernie Smith, problems. So, got about a minute 38 to go. All right. Lodge up. Xavier, what's going on? Mish, what's going on? Juliet, what up? Hope everybody. Thank you so much, man. Those people watching from the UK right now. East London's in the building. All the massive and crew over there. The Den in East London. Darian, Wagwan, Lodge up. Lorraine, what's papalacking? Italia in the building. Lodge up. Again, give thanks for this gift of technology, making the world so much smaller, bringing us so much closer so we can have a good time, all right? We're celebrating this thing named life. All the people celebrating birthdays in July, including I. Best month of the year, I'm sorry. Big up all the Geminis that we celebrated last month. They had a good time. Bunch of crazy people. We love you nonetheless. You know what I mean? I got Geminis in my family. Love them near and dear, but they're little out there. You know what I mean? So Gemini season's over. Cancer season's up on us. Best month, best everything. You know what I mean? July, baby. July. All those people celebrating birthdays. July, folks, much love, all right? You want to send some birthday love? Let me know. Drop it in the comments. I got you covered. You want to send some anniversary love? I got you covered. You want to cuss out money? You know what I mean? It's not me, but I got people. We all have people. So you just tell me what you want. We drop the fire. We do what we got to do. And we drop some things for y'all, all right? We'll drop another joint in a second, and we're going to get into some conversation with Mr. Ernie Smith. We're going to drop some Ernie tune and whatever the case may be. And also, if you're in the place, if you're blessed and lucky enough to be in South Florida, and if you're not, contact your airlines, all right? There's still flights coming through. Show going down this weekend. Ginger Bay Cafe is the 21st, right? July 21st, which is Saturday. Friday? All right, see, I'm getting old. It's happening. It's happening. All right? Friday evening, July 21st at Ginger Bay. I should know this because I'm going to be there. All right? I'm your host for the evening, and we have a dope show of epic proportions, legendary stuff. So bring the family out. You know what I mean? Leave the rowdy one at home. Take your mom, take your wife, take the nice one. There's always one person in the family you can't carry nowhere. Tell them that the show is the Saturday. You tell that one that the show is the Saturday, but the rest of y'all come out on the Friday, the 21st. Let's have a good time with Sir Ernie Smith, all right? It's going to be a vibe. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. I say you don't want to miss it. I'm just saying you do not want to miss it. All right, we'll drop one more joint for you. Then we're going to some classic stuff. You might hear me pull up some Ernie Smith real fast because I big tune them. I'm going to want the Facebook, them lock it down, everything. You know what I mean? It's real deal. Real stuff. Classic joints. All right? Ladies and gentlemen, we getting in.
Oh, yeah. Remember when dancehall used to dance? Oh, yeah. Nice like the chicken on your eyes.
There's a place I know I'd really love to take you. And I'm sure that you would really like it there. I see it still so clearly through my window. There's a joy so sweet I taste it in the air. Boom, boom, yeah. And this place is in my memory. It's a place our kids will never know. Take me back to the old days when dance used to nice. People were rocking way back till morning light. Back to the old days, those days I adore. Lovers would hold on tight on the dance floor. Back to the old days. Back in the old days. There's a love that overcomes me.
Overcome me, yeah.
In everyone that's in the crowd.
In the crowd, yeah, yeah.
I'll whisper softly to you.
Whisper softly in your ear.
Ain't you hear me though it's loud?
Do you hear
Boom,
me,
boom,
baby?
yeah. And this love is in my memory. It's a love our kids will never know. Take me back to the old days when dance used to nice. People were rocking way back till morning light. Back to the old days, those days I adore. Lovers would hold on tight on the dance floor. Back to the old days.
Come and some walking on the old days.
Back in the old days.
Aye, well, yo. Hey.
when dancehall used to nice. A place to relieve your stress and for all the vibes. Some big sound a play speaker tall to the sky. And when the bassline drop, yes, it dim the street lights. Roll up a cig and grab a Guinness. Big tune a play beat down the wall, me no business. And keep me eye lock and all two little Phillies. Later on after party we gone down a Guinness.
Yeah, in this place it's in my memory. It's a place our kids will never know. Take me back to the old days when dads used to nice. People were rocking way back till morning light. Back to the old days, those days I adore. Lovers would hold on tight on the dance floor. Back to the old days. Back in the old days. Take me back to the old days when dads used to nice. People were rocking way back till morning light. Back to the old
What's up, Carol? How you doing?
days I adore.
Where's up, Paul?
Hold on tight on the dance floor.
Toronto's in the building. I see my Canadian massive on my UK fam. See the Bahamas too. I see Portland. I see Pembroke Pines. I see Miami-Dade County. I see Coral Springs. What's up, y'all? As yours truly, G. Cole and the Raps and Kush Band. It's called Old Days. All right, we got more coming your way. Let's slide into the features. All right. Big tune. Big tune. Y'all better get this on double play real fast before we change your mind. You know what I mean?
Another happy home for sale. One more love has failed. Two more fools have tried. But they got so much pride inside their foolish hearts they don't believe in giving in. Though they know they both can't win. One's right, one must be wrong.
Hey, Deanna. Deanna said my granddad has so much of Ernie's music.
When the pieces of your
Don't teeth your grandmother record him here.
are scattered far,
Get your own.
bend down,
Get your own. Greensboro, North Carolina.
bend down, pick them from the ground now. Just forget your food.
From the top, ladies and gentlemen, Newcastle, Canada. Colin, what's up, man? Thank you so much.
Another happy home for sale. One more love has failed. Two more fools have tried. But they got so much pride inside their foolish hearts they don't believe in giving in. Though they know they both can't win. One's right, one must be wrong. But forgiving makes a love grow stronger. When the pieces of your love are scattered far and wide. Bend down, bend down, bend down. Pick them from the ground now. Just forget your foolish pride. Let peace and love abide. Bend down, bend down, bend down. Pick them from the ground.
Legendary stuff, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ernie Smith. Mr. Ernie Smith. Sir Ernie, welcome to the program, sir.
Whoa.
Welcome to the program, sir. How are you? How are
I
you?
love it. Boy, I hear so much quality.
Give thanks.
Reggae music.
Give thanks.
I wonder what the young man them a do with the dancehall now.
Jano. What they're doing with it is they're giving it away. You know what I mean? They ain't dealing with it right.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But you know, it's I must say this though, and it's always a welcoming thing to hear the legends like yourself, you know, seeing, listening, understanding that the youths as the aside from the waywardness, right?
Yeah.
But just appreciating the new stuff, you know, the good stuff that's out there, because there is good stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
And
I
people
know.
people act like it stopped make. It don't stop make.
It don't stop make at all. But I don't know what it is why we're hearing so much of the trash and not hearing the good stuff.
We're gonna blame. Listen, we have a tendency for isolate the blame, right? A lot of times they throw it on the artists, right?
Yeah.
There's two set of people who go unscathed a lot of times who should not go without blame.
Yeah.
the DJs
Yes.
and selectors and radio folks, right?
Right.
And unfortunately, this is the part where people are like, you're not the fans, right? I'm sorry. A lot of the time, we don't want pointing the finger there because that's a customer.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But at the end of the day, and I'll use the word fans very, very loosely,
Yeah.
because a lot of people claim support, but they don't really support in the avenues that is necessary. They're not come buy the ticket. They're not streaming the things properly, so the numbers count where it's necessary. But welcome, sir. Welcome.
Yeah, man. It's a pleasure to be here.
Jano. When I said to some folks, you know something, this weekend I'm having a nice conversation with Sir Ernie, and then Layate. Layate. What up, Lorraine? Layate. You're not talking to Ernie Smith. Layate. Well, Mr. Ernie Smith's in the building. Here's what I would ask of you first, because we're from Jamaica. In Jamaica, we operate a little differently with some things, right?
Yeah.
For example, and correct me if I'm wrong. Birth certificate, Glenroy.
Glenroy Anthony
Smith, right? That's it? No more name than that?
No.
All right, because then you get a whole bunch of other names in the research, right?
Yeah, this is the long story.
But in fine Jamaican fashion, there's no Ernest there, right?
No.
So, talk to me about how the Ernie come about.
My father bought me a guitar when I was 12, and everywhere I go, I had this guitar and I play it. And Bob Marley had a song called "After He Breaks Your Heart," "Hurts to Be Alone," and Ernie Ranglin had a solo upon that song there.
Legend.
So everywhere me go, I try play this solo, right? So when I went to do my first recording, and they asked me, what is my name? I said, Glenroy Smith. They said, no, man, that's going to look terrible on an album cover.
No Glenroy around here.
No Glenroy, no.
Right.
No Glenroy. So I tell them, the people were already nicknaming me Ernie.
Based on the Ernie Ranglin affiliation.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I got you.
That's what happened there.
I love that. And guess what? Sometimes you get associated with some folks. Who else better to be associated with, name-wise, than an Ernie Ranglin?
Yeah, man.
And I'm sure he's definitely proud of you because you have not dropped the baton. You do the thing properly from then until now. A staple in our culture. There are certain people who are considered ambassadors of this culture because you take the music far and wide and represent it on the highest level. You know what I mean? Everybody can get it on a plane, but to represent on the highest level, people like yourself.
Yeah, man. You have to really love the music. Not the fashion show or the fashion or what am I put out there now. You have to love the music
itself.
Yeah.
And it's amazing to hear you say that because I've always felt, especially lately, that majority of the reason why we don't get what we really want in music anymore is because music is not the end game. You know what I mean? A lot of people, instead of loving music and making music because music is the end game, there are people right now who are making music to get to something else, right? They're artists in order to get to the fame or get to the money or get to something else, So the music is, for lack of a better word, a stepping stone.
A stepping stone.
And unfortunately, it's treated as such.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You've been in this game for a hot minute. We talk about music. What you've been recording in the 60s?
My first recording was in 1967. Were you born yet?
I mean, see what happened was, sir. No, not yet. No. I'm trying to think. Did my mom, my dad? Yeah. But I was in the ether.
Okay.
I was in the ether. You know what I mean? 1967.
Yeah, man.
First recording.
Yeah.
How old were you at that time? Teenager?
45 and 22. I was 22.
22 years old. First recording come out. Yeah. Jano. And I always feel a lot of times the reason why we see certain things befall our artists, athletes, whomever, people who gain success, is that sometimes they gain success too early. When you're really young, sometimes you don't really have the wherewithal to appreciate and manage all that comes with that, right?
Well, the first song that you played that was a hit for me was "Bend Down."
That was the first hit.
That was the first hit.
Wow.
But before that, I had "I Can't Take It." I had "How About You" and another song called 20th century paces. I bet you don't have them left.
I can't find anything. I got my Russian connect, so if I can't find them, I send my Russian people them their thing, you know what I mean? We do what we do. We do what we do.
I can't tell you, it wasn't a hit for me, but
Right.
Johnny Nash recorded it.
Which one? What's the name of that one?
Johnny Nash. I can't take it. He called it Tears on My Pillow.
But you did that as I Can't Take It.
I did that as I Can't Take It.
I find it, man. I send out the bots them out there for go find it, because I'm pretty confident that if I move around some things the right way, you know what I mean? If I move around some things the right way, I'm just saying.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I can't take it. I'm so lonely. Gee, I need you so. I can't take it.
all right, that's enough of that. That's enough. My Russian people came through for me. You know what I mean? Large of yourself. Wow. You know, there are few people who I refer to as, there are many singers out there, but some people I call pure vocalists. It's almost an effortlessness within their within their vocals. You know, you have some sopranos out there who are effortless with it. You have some baritones out there who are effortless with it, and you're one of those baritones that are effortless with it. It just sound like you just pressure me away like me. I just feel, how can I do that? You know what I mean? How can I do? Did you have this voice as a little kid growing up? This baritone voice growing up?
You know, when my voice broke, I was about 14, my voice broke. I thought I would never sing again. But
that puberty.
Yeah. But I was playing a song with the guitar, and I was still in school. I'm playing the song, and a girl said to me, "Why don't you sing it?" So I tried with my deeper voice, and
right.
it felt good.
So you were singing previously, prior to your voice changing?
Yeah, man.
And some insecurities coming up, her voice changing up, and you want to tell me. I got you.
I'll tell you something happened to me. One of my teachers asked me, like, you know, what does that mean? And the answer was, half man.
Can I keep doing that? Can I keep doing that, Ernie? Can I keep doing that? Listen, the voice change up. It's gonna take a little work. It's gonna take a little work.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, the legendary Ernie Smith. You've been recording for a hot minute. I always ask folks that has done it on a high level like yourself. You still love it like what you loved it then?
Well, I'll give you an answer to that now. I was selling life insurance and making plenty money. But I wasn't having any fun. I put on the suit and put on the tie and shave up and everything. And once I opened my diary, I want to go to the bathroom.
It's not bad.
That bad. And
wow.
Finally, I had to, you know, say to myself, look at what you've been doing all the years since you left school. And it was music. You know, so I decided to say, it's full-time music or nothing.
Right. I think there's no other way to do it. Some people ask all the time why some artists make it and why some artists don't. Yeah. I always feel like it's because of that. One, it's the dedication.
Yeah.
Right? The fact that, because some people associate it to, okay, you're coming from humble beginnings, so you need to do that. That's one thing. Yeah. But there's some people who aren't necessarily that. Like you said, you're selling life insurance, making good money. But there's an internal thing there. Right, yeah, that's music, and that's what you need to do. Yeah. Probably go nuts if you don't do this music, and then you have those people who there's no plan B. So I always feel like it's either one or the other.
Yeah.
In your case, love for music, and you mentioned something there that to me is very integral. You said your father bought your guitar when you were a young man.
Yeah, I was 12.
12 years old. Yeah. How important was it to have the support of a parent? Because that's one thing when it comes to the arts, when it comes to music, and a lot of times, especially in this day and age, parents ain't putting no guitar in your hand because they don't know no guitar is making no money. They'll put a stethoscope in your hand, right? Because they know doctors making money. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I always feel like it's very important for parents to support the passions of their children. What was that feeling like when they say, okay, I love music and my dad gave me a guitar?
My father used to bring a guitar home because he didn't have one for himself, but he would bring it home and call us up and say, come on, sing a song, sing a song, always, you know. And one day he left this guitar at home and I tuned the strings, right? I tune all the strings in a way that you put one finger across the fretboard and you have a chord.
Wow.
So,
and he probably couldn't do that.
No, I was easy to do.
Wow.
I was easy to do. But him know I was messing with the guitar, but him hear something I trying for myself. So I think that's why he bought me this guitar. And then we went to visit a friend of his, and he had bought this guitar for his son, and who had absolutely no interest in it.
In the guitar, our music.
Yeah, right. So I asked my father to buy it for me. And my father said, okay, when I get paid, I come back for it. Well, me gone outside because I don't forget to go happen again.
Just started talking.
Started talking.
Yep. I know that vibe there.
But outside now, and I see him walk out with the guitar and bend down and put it in my hands.
Wow.
I say, yes.
Wow. Big up yourself, Pops. That is dope. I love that. Man. And I implore parents, please support. You know? Even if they don't grow up to be an Ernie Smith. You know what I mean? Support the creativity in your kids, because you never know.
You never know.
You never know. And we talk about, I watch the different eras, right? And I feel like the music of the 60s and coming into the 70s was almost playful. It's a lot of love, some playful music, because reggae music reflects the times. And then mid-70s up, it got a little bit, what you call radical, because the times called for that. Geopolitical stuff coming on, right?
Yeah.
And then afterwards, it evolved into just turn up the thing right now. Everybody just turn up, right?
Right.
What was the vibe like, the energy like in those 60s time frame when you're in the studio creating music? Not just for Ernie, but just the atmosphere around you and other musicians.
It was special because, basically I presented myself as a songwriter, right? And so I always had a song, When I had Dopey Gunman, a man I drive in and a man run across the road and jump on my brakes, and a man sit down by the side of the road, say, boy, I'm sure I did me could buy a pound of rice.
So good.
So that is really the idea, the germ for ram goat liver.
Wow.
But it's Pluto write it. But everybody blame me.
Wow. Wow.
But I wrote songs for quite a few people. I really felt fulfilled. As a songwriter, I wrote songs for Ken Lazarus, John Jones. I bet you can't find this one.
Tell me to find it. I got people. Which soon?
Think Twice, My Love by John Jones.
John Jones, Think Twice. All right. Go on, show me the vibes. I'm going to find it. We'll call somebody right now and say, digging at the crate. Digging at the crate. Slide it under the door. I'm going to find it.
So I really enjoyed what I was doing, and I heard somebody ask Ray Charles one time, isn't it about time you retire? And Ray Charles said, from what? You having a great time.
What is there to retire from?
What was there to retire from? That's me.
That to me is so special. You have just to hear, they always give you this whole thing about, find something you love and you don't work a day in there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard work doing what you do, but when you love it as much as and it gives you as much fulfillment and gratitude as it does, then retire from what?
From what?
John, no, pick up yourself, Ray.
Find something you love and call it work.
Exactly. And trick the world so they can feel say I work, but you're just having a good time, you're just wilding out.
All right.
Man. You also mentioned your entrance into the biz as a songwriter.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And an amazing songwriter at that, because I spent some time the other day sitting down and listening to some of the catalog, some of the stuff I'm familiar with and some that I was not, right?
Yeah.
And I'm saying to myself, I feel like that's something that our industry lacks. Other genres know that they're professional songwriters who may not sing a note in their life, right?
Right.
They're musicians, they're writers, they're whatever the case may be. With us, I don't think our culture and our genre has supported the fact that you have people who are just straight up songwriters.
Right.
Get the best songwriter to get the best singer song,
Yeah,
and you will have
yeah.
the best song. In adverse to the dope singer that can't write or the
Yeah.
great writer that can't sing. You know what I mean?
All right.
So back then when you were creating music and you're coming in as a songwriter, was that of a concern to you to have like you know what, this industry doesn't appreciate songwriters, or it was like no?
No, I was getting hits down
Just
the
as a
line.
writer?
So just as well, I was singing them too.
Okay.
But I had other people
Mm-hmm.
that I was writing and giving them songs, like
Mm-hmm.
Ken Lazarus, John Jones, Neville Willoughby.
What? Never was dropping hits written by Ernie Smith?
Well, he had one song written by Ernie.
And you mentioned a while ago, you mentioned. I'm just saying, I got people, Ernie. Ernie, I got people, Ernie.
All right.
I got people.
I can't believe it's true.
I got people.
Hearing goodbye from you after what we've been through, after so long, we were the great.
The musicianship on these records are amazing, though. That's something I noticed, and I said, I have to talk to you a little bit about this. The musicianship is just flawless, especially coming from a time where it wasn't Pro Tools and there was no punching. I know, you know what I mean? It was
Right.
straight musicianship.
It was
going on.
straight musicianship because, you know, the when I went the first time in the studio, it was 2-track. You know, all the musicians record on 1 track, right? And the voice on another track,
Right.
and the voice and the harmony on
Lead
another
and harmony is going at once.
One
Nobody can mess up.
Nobody can mess up.
Jano.
It's have to start again.
Jano. And nothing worse than everybody on point except for that one guy.
Yeah, man.
One guy that's off.
I remember I go to the studio. I was going to Coxon and I try to get little work because, you know, I stopped selling life insurance. So and then now it's hot in there and me I doze off and
In the studio?
And I try to play the music. It was really hot in there.
Wow.
And Wrangling was there. Him just said to me, "Give me that, man." I'm just take with the guitar. 1 take.
Your hero. No, Ernie, no. Wow. Yeah, so you were in the studio with, was that the first time being in the studio with Ernie Wrangling?
No, well, he arranged the first song I wrote. I Can't Take It.
So what was that vibe like, being that you grew up loving what this gentleman does?
Yeah.
You're called Ernie based on this gentleman right here, right?
Yeah.
You spent a lot of time trying to play his solo.
Yeah.
And then now, fast forward a couple years on the road, you're in the studio with this gentleman. What was that vibe? What was that like?
Oh, it was something else.
Amazing.
It was amazing.
Wow.
That's a good word for
Wow,
it.
amazing. I'm visualizing it right now. I'm just like, I'm talking to I referred to you the other day. I was talking to my daughter, and I referred to you. I said, listen, we got legends. We've got great ones. But forget that. Think about our legends. Think about your favorite artist. You know what I mean?
All
Your
right.
favorite musician.
Yeah, man.
And that's the likes of yourself and Ernie Wrangling.
Yeah, man.
I love that, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ernie Smith. Again, tell your friends to tell your friends. I'm assuming them people say, because I don't feel like I'm ignoring them. I'm not doing it, all right? See, Vijay said, Ernie is related to my daughter-in-law, the Godfreys. One thing they we always find in Ernie.
Right.
They always find in
always find
You can't escape. You can't go nowhere, my granny, uncle, nephew, niece, sister, daughter, boyfriend, friend used to live right next to Ernie. You know?
Yeah.
Cool, no, man. Welcome. Hope, what up? Hello, world. Marvin Prince, Wagwan fam. Wagwan. Who else? Julian Lee, how are you doing? Claudette Bailey. A lot of people from all across the globe sending mad love your way, Sir Ernie Smith. Well, listen. She right across the way, right? We said right across the world, right? The world is small, the world is large. You know what I mean? It's a little bit of everything.
We just got married on the 30th.
You just got married on the 30th? Congratulations. Congratulations. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? Man, I feel like I need to play something special then. On the 30th of June.
June, yes.
Dang, I couldn't wait one more day and do it in July. I mean, July is my month, right? July is my month. You know, but it's all good. I love June, so I'll take congratulations. Congratulations.
Yeah, man. June is a nice girl, man.
June, yeah, she. Your problems, June, cause that's a word on the street. It's not G. Cole said. Right? That's a word on the street. June be giving problems. But no, man, congratulations. It's a beautiful thing. I was telling somebody the other day, and I said, I feel like wives keep husbands alive, you know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
A wife will keep you alive.
Yeah, man.
There's me go to the doctor, not because I want to go. I go to the doctor because my wife tells me to go. You know what I mean? The stuff I do not eat and drink is because she tells me I'm not allowed to eat and drink it, right? So I think I'm going to be here for a little bit.
All right.
But when I'm out here wilding out on my own, then anything goes, anything flies. And that's what it is, you know? Most married men are not riding around at 200 miles an hour on a motorcycle. Right? But why? Because the wife says you can have a moped. Right? You can have a scooter.
Well, you can't have a motorcycle.
Can't have that one. But it's a dope one. Joanna Marie, how are you? We talk about the music and the effect and the affect it has on people, right? Because when I listen to the music, of course there are less music videos, but you see videos of the happenings and the times and what go on, and it reflects. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The type of vibe I get from your music, Pluto music from just that era.
Yeah.
And I see the imagery. Yeah. They coincide. They go side by side.
I remember when we started, you know, still in short pants, but we started loving our music.
Right.
Alton Ellis, Slim Smith, Toots and the Mist.
Classics.
Man.
Classic. No, that's, and I don't want to put it on some boy, because I am of this generation. So I hate sometimes sounding like that guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The old, get off my lawn. You know, the old guy. I hate sounding like that guy. But there's something pure where, like you just mentioned, Ram Got Liver, how that come about, and some of the other songs, right?
Yeah.
They come from a pure place. I feel like today's stuff, though there's a lot of stuff that come from I shouldn't say pure, from a real place. Because some of the stuff we're hearing, it ain't pure, but it's real, right? Yes. So you got to call it what it is. Yeah. But I just feel like that music represented the times so well. I don't know if later on me want them music to represent the times that me come out as. So sometimes I kind of give off that older guy vibe, because there's something soulful, something spiritual, something just amazing about soaking in some, especially the vinyl versions of. Especially the vinyl versions.
Yeah, man.
Jano.
Well, you know, it's something about, you know, so many number one that gone and you can't remember them next week.
Because they're not real. The fact that well, Jano, the views of G. Cole does not represent those of Ernie Smith. Don't hold it against him, right? The thing is, everything is faux. The chart that is number one on ain't real. The song itself and how it gets there ain't real, right? The content ain't real. The production is not real, and the vocals not real, right? Because it's not. Is an engineer really make it sound the way it sounds?
Right.
A lot of times, right?
Yeah, a lot of times.
No, don't get me wrong. There are people doing it right.
Of course.
But that's not what's going to the top of the chart. It's the one where constructed.
The man really sit down and arrange it properly, and every man you listening to them songs, them songs you played before you brought me on. I hear every note, everything.
Right.
You know, and you know some mind sat down and put it all together properly, like it's supposed to be.
Properly. And that's why I also appreciate the likes of yourself and others, because I think everybody who I know who's successful at something, don't have to be music, successful at something, was inspired by somebody that was successful at something, right? Yes. So at the end of the day, where are your inspirations? And when we have folks like yourself to inspire us, then you can get some decent things. But then when the generation is replaced, and then we're now going to have what we have right now to be what's going to inspire the younger, then what's going to happen? You know what I mean? We're going to have to Boy, we forgot time capsule the thing them. We forgot make it work a certain way because Jano, you love the stage like always.
Always.
That's your home.
No matter how tired I am, once I hit the stage, me all right.
You're good. Peter John, what going around? What's up? VJ, what's good? No, I can't do that. I can't do that. Let me see who else. No, I can't do that. Sharon, how are you? Hallelujah, how are you? Gladys, how are you? Vera, how are you? Zizi, how are you? Deanna, everybody, man, they're loving you, Them love you. I can imagine how heartwarming it is to put, because it takes effort to, one, make the music, two, do what it takes to get the music out there, and then three, as much as you love the stage, it's work and it's physically taxing and whatever the case may be. But talk to me a little bit about the gratification when you go up there and do your music and the people soak it in and send it back to you.
Whoa. Very special. Wow. Very special. And then you come off stage and everybody want a picture with you.
Some picture. You don't even have as much picture here yourself. As
all right.
Jano.
That's how gone. That's how gone. That's Jano. What is happening.
The hits that you've had, right? When you recorded them, and I these are stuff that I ask of most people who have a really impressive catalog, right? When you're in the studio creating the hits, when you were done, right? And I guess some of those classic records, you ain't get it till you get it. Like pressed, right? And I'm like, no, they must say, all right, take a CD and go listen to your car or whatever, right?
Yeah.
It costed some money to print it at that time. So, but once you heard that finished product, did you know you had a hit?
No.
No idea.
No. Like Peter Potter. I played that for them because I didn't think of anything else that I had to play.
Right.
And I was amazed when it came out and became a number one because I never felt it really.
Wow. You just make some music.
Just make some music. And well, the bedroom part was kind of special.
Hold on, man. Jano, ladies and gentlemen, we ain't playing over here. We're not playing. Pitta Pata. Heard what Ernie said. He ain't paying no child support for none of y'all out there that were conceived on this music.
You ever been inside on a rainy night, holding your baby tight? Well, I have. Have you ever had your dreams and long-forgotten schemes coming true? It seems that I have. Have you ever been to bed with music in your head, forgetting your daily bread? Well, I have. I tell you, friend, it's true. It's a pretty thing to go through. And just between me and you, yes, I have. And the rhythm is coming down, coming down on my raindrops, coming down. Me and my baby holding tight, doing all right. I hope it never stops. The rhythm is coming down, coming down on my raindrops, coming down. Me and my baby holding tight.
No idea, huh? It was gonna be a big hit. None. You know why I have so much respect and admiration for again, I respect everybody's hits, right? Even the ones that we say come by other means. Because at the end of the day, whatever you did to accomplish it, somebody wasn't able to, right? So we just have to, look at the buildings out there and, sometimes we don't look at our contractors and our construction workers with adoration because they're not suited up and booted up, right? But the truth is, all the people in ties couldn't make one of those buildings. Right? Couldn't make one of those buildings. Yeah. So,
but that's a lyric you just say, suited up and booted up.
Booted up. You know what I mean? Want my copyrights. I'm just saying. All of my royalties. The thing is, why I have to give the credit where credit is supposed to be given is this. Yeah. In order for Pitta Pata to be a hit in the UK, you had to physically take the record to the UK. People have to physically go out to the store in the UK.
In the UK,
right?
Yeah.
If it was a number one in Europe, it had to physically be in Europe. It ain't no download and no stream and no nothing like that. So the work that it took, the effort that it took to make and create that number one is work that sometimes we'll never see again, let alone understand.
Right.
In a generation to come. So thank you for the hard work. But more than anything else, thank you so much for the hits, because we love them. When you were growing up, who were your musical? I know you loved Ernie Wrangling growing up from a musician standpoint, but who were the people who really stood out to you as artists?
Okay, I'm going to tell you a little story now. I kept asking my parents, what's a relievy? What's a relievy? It was Nat King Cole. Right? And the song was, they try to tell us we're too young to really be in love.
What's a relievy? Yes. I get it. I get it. The great Nat King Cole was somewhere like Jano. What that young man, Jano.
That was the first song I learned all the way through. And anytime people come around, I have to sing that song for them.
Wow. Not
shy or not shy, but I have to sing that song.
Were you shy? Were you a shy young man?
Yeah, I was shy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So you find like the music and being a performer helped you to break out of that?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes. Nice.
Sometimes we need something. Again, no matter how, because it's funny, you have people who speak and perform for a living every day in front of hundreds of thousands of people. Yeah. And they struggle to speak to one person. You know what I mean? Face to face. So it's the gifts that we get, like the music in your case and the musicianship, that can help you to bridge that gap and still probably be somewhat shy. I don't think that's the case at all. But you know what I mean? But to still be able to interact with the folks the way, you know what I mean? Where's your comfort zone, or where does your preference lie? In the studio or on the stage?
On the stage.
On the stage?
Yes.
That's where you come alive.
That's where I really come alive. In the studio, I'm nervous in the studio.
Wow.
Still.
To this day.
To this day.
After all the hits.
Still
a little nervous.
Yeah, man.
Wow. And as far as I know, the songwriter is innate when it comes to you, and that's again, that's a genesis. Coming out writing songs, whether the intention was to write them for yourself or for somebody else.
Yeah.
Are you still creative in the mind? Like, because the truth is this, somebody like yourself, you don't have to write another song, right? you do not have to write another song. You don't have to sing one brand new song. You have a catalog that will carry you into oblivion. That catalog is going to outlive you 100 times, right? And still so you don't have to write one more song. But do you still feel and get inspired to write music?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. I love that. I love that.
It's a kind of natural feeling, just to sit down with the guitar and try something.
And that's how you write normally, with your guitar?
With the guitar. I sometimes try some stuff with the piano. I bet you gotta find this one.
Call my people. Don't let me call my people.
It's a gospel song called My Jesus by Glacier Robinson.
By the way, first of all, I must tell you this. I love Glacier. I was supposed to have had her in the studio. I was out of town. And the only reason I haven't done an interview with Glacier is because she's one of those people, I kind of like yourself, where I don't want to do it virtual. You know what I mean? Because somebody had asked me one time, like a couple, like, yo, what about Ernie? And I'm like, I definitely want to have a conversation with Ernie, but I would be so disappointed if I did it virtually or over the phone, and then the next week you're in town. you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's the same thing with Glacier, where I just love her work, and I was supposed to have a conversation. What's the name of the song?
My Jesus.
My Jesus. Tell us that. Wait, I find everything, When I was a little kid, I used to feel so I look a man at the TV. If I look a man at my thing, so I try to find it.
Me pull down on gramophone one time.
Try to find it, brother.
My father, me see my father one Sunday on a sweet sap tree. all these parts, right, on a sheet. I don't remember doing it, but him keep saying, Glenn, you do this, you know. You do this. I'm going to try to put it back together.
Can't. I saw the thing more time. Kids be like, curious kids. Where is the little guy that's in the thing talking all kind of things? Why we can't find the thing?
Got to be a little guy in there.
There's somebody turning the knobs. There's somebody singing. Somebody running around. It's called My Jesus.
Yeah, My Jesus.
My Jesus. I wonder if you have it as just Jesus. Tell me if this is the one. It's not this one?
No.
All right, because this one is called Jesus. I find this little Russian people. I'm working on it right now as we speak. So, you know, and they've never let me down. They've never let me down before. Vlad, do your thing. You hear? You do it for Donald, you can do it for me. So let's go ahead and make sure it's a thing, all right? If you can do it for him, you can do it for me. But it's one of those things where I always look at the great songwriters like yourself and say, you know, is it... Sometimes we think that time gives you the stories to tell. I feel like it's the Almighty give you the stories to tell because you were writing songs long before you've had any time. As a human being, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you're 22 years old, you haven't really lived. You haven't really lived any life, but you're writing songs and telling stories that we're listening to with amazement 50 years on the road. You know what I'm saying? That to me is a divine thing. You know, going on the stage and performing is definitely a blessing, but that creation and curation of your work
is a gift.
It's a blessing. Ladies and gentlemen, anywhere your streaming services are, make sure so you go and stream the catalog of Mr. Ernie Smith. And again, Russian people look up the song. We'll find it in a minute. But we'll squeeze off the one for the people now because, you know, sometimes they'll be like, G. Cole, what we got?
I have to say may well be simple, but they're true. Until you give your love, there's nothing here that we can do. Love is the opening door. Love is what we came here for. No one could offer you more. You know what I mean. Have your eyes really seen? You say it's very hard to leave behind the life we knew. But there's no other way, and now it's really up to you. Love is the key we must turn. Truth is the flame we must burn. Freedom the lesson we must learn. You know what I mean. Have your eyes really seen?
Well, go on, Philip. Ways of the Power and the Glory. The most powerful song of all time. Greatest combination, Lloyd Charmers and Ernie Smith. May I block you right now, Philip, because you show me up. Can't find every other song except the one that you mentioned. I was batting 100 until you mentioned that song, Philip. Thanks a lot, Philip. Appreciate you, Philip. I joke, man. Much love, Philip. Much blessings.
Love is
Frank's a legend. Bless up, Mr. E. Smith.
Love is what we came here for.
Lincoln's have a large job too.
One could offer you more. You know what I mean. Have your eyes really
tell you something. There is something about great lyrics. There's something about great vocals.
I didn't write this one.
You didn't write that one?
No.
Well, be like the nowadays artists. Take credit for you, man. You ain't gonna hear none of these new artists. They'll be like, yeah, that was all me. That was all me. Don't Google it, but it was all me. But there's something, sometimes I have to stop and pay homage and pay respect and pay love to the musicianship, the musicians. Do you play on a lot of, or majority of your studio recordings, do you also play on?
No, I kind of reached a point where there was so many better musicians than me. And I just love them.
Let them do what they do.
Let them do what they do. I do
what I do.
I just use my guitar for
writing.
right. Yeah. And sometimes a little piano, but.
Wow. But you let them do.
Me love them.
Listen, that is something that I believe in. Like the Bible is like, let those who are great at something do what they do. You have some people who can play, and I'm sure you could do it yourself if you wanted to, but you have some folks that because they can play the instrument, they're going to be the ones to do it rather than bring the guy that's better than you. All right?
Yeah.
So you don't end up with the best project.
All right.
But I dig that. I would love to be the fly on the wall when you're creating stuff, but there's something, the way you create, which is similar to how I create, and that's why I think it connects with me so much, is I don't like creating in the studio.
No.
Right? I don't like being in the studio with a whole bunch of voices and a whole bunch of...
No.
Because the worst thing you can do is create amongst people who are, and no disrespect, who are less talented than you are, because everything sounds good. You know, everything is great because it's not even about diminishing their talent, but it's above their talent scheme, right? So what happens pretty much is, even if it's not at its best, they love it. And if you follow that, you will stop right there.
You will stop
instead
right
of keep going until you get the best.
Instead of keep going on.
So I like creating in solitude and solace, and then I will go to the yeah. Which one? It's that's how I create. And your pajamas are right, son. Listen, hey, it's saving studio budget. I tell you that much.
Hey,
I'd say it's a studio budget.
I come from a long line of excellent sleepers. So
you're good at that.
I'm really good at that. So once I go home, put on my pajamas and maybe take up the guitar for a while and then straight to bed.
Wow.
When we got married.
Oh Lord, come out here now.
When we got married, they said to us, where you going for your honeymoon? And Claudia just said, to bed.
Get your rest. Listen, there's nothing like. Do you find that you have an uncanny appreciation for sleep that you never had at one point in time? I run up on. I feel like when I was younger, I felt like if I'm sleeping, I'm missing out. You know what I mean? If me asleep, I walk going out, I'm gonna that's no, man. I don't sleep as much as my wife does. I just lay down a lot. You know.
My dreams are so clear.
Vivid.
Wow. That I just, like to come here this evening. I was lying down for a while, and I know I have to get up at something 30 to get here, and it was in my dream.
Wow.
It was in my dream.
Manifestation of your thoughts.
Yeah.
Whatever you think about. Purposeful sleep. And you know what? That's facts right there. Purposeful sleep.
Yeah.
Some sleep not purposeful. That right there is some purposeful sleep. You know, when it comes to someone like yourself, again, I go back to your catalog only because it's one of those catalogs that I kind of sit back and just your music or vinyl music. It's the type of music that if I am playing it, I need not be disturbed. And my wife knows there's something. So if I'm listening to it, there's some music as I play, and you can talk to me. We can do all kind of things. It's all good, right? But there's some music that if you're gonna talk to me, that's cool. I'm not saying you can't talk to me, but I need to pause this. You know, I'm gonna have to stop this, and we can talk, and then I go back to the music. Is that how he is? Ernie, finger point. Finger, so that's how you stay. But that's how great music, that's what great music does. If I'm gonna need to hear everything.
Yeah.
So I might have to pause it. I'll listen to you.
Yeah.
But when we're done listening to you, I'm gonna ask you to pause so I can get back to this music.
Right.
What does legend, when you hear the word legend, what does legend mean to you?
I don't even know because I don't feel that way. I don't feel that way. I don't feel anyway special.
Right.
You know, I just doing me. You know. Wow. So I don't even know what I'm supposed to feel like.
Right. It's just you just know people call me this. They say
yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, trust me when I say it's legend. Legacy is another word that I talk about a lot, right? I feel like if you can't calculate too much, but I think if people were concerned about their legacy, they'd do more. Yeah. They do better. And I don't necessarily mean just an artist or a musician. I'm talking about the guy on the street. Yeah. The father, the mother. If you were concerned about your legacy, what's going to be said in that room when you're not here, then you probably do a little bit more. What does, I see you're not caught up in the legend part of it, but what does legacy mean to Ernie Smith?
Well, my proudest moment, right, was I went to my brother's 50th wedding anniversary and the daughter that sing. And I went up to sing with them and they said, sit down, Dad, we got this.
The legendary. Go cop a seat, Dad.
Go cop a seat.
You don't hear that too often. Oh man. So that's legacy right there. Big up. You know, you mentioned you just went to your brother's 50th. Yeah. Next year he be coming to your first. Eh? You just went to his 50th anniversary. Next year he coming to your first. I hope he's your little brother.
He's my younger brother. Yes.
Coming to your first. Yeah, listen. There's nothing more beautiful than love, and it's amazing that people who exhibit love are love. It's like I listen to your catalog and there's a lot of love in it, right? And again, you just mentioned I got to go back to it because I think it's so dope. You know, you just got married. That's love, right? You don't get married in this day and age for any other reason, right?
Right.
At this point, it's easier to come up with some excuses than to go forth and. You know, and you've got a plausible excuse. I've done it all, seen the world, I got to be on the road. I ain't got to call you. Don't call me, I'll call you. You know what I mean? But you're married, and the love that's brand spanking new as far as we're not right about now. I still hear it in a 50-year-old record. You know what I'm saying? From way back, which says to me pretty much that, you know, because unfortunately right now, artists are creatives that have to create a character and a persona, right? To suit the music that we're putting out there. Yeah. And the purest stuff, the art form is for those people who put themselves out there, which ultimately says to me pretty much, this was and is you in these classic records. Yes. Talk about all that tune. It's called Love Song. Classic. We're digging in the vaults. We're digging up. You don't remember that one? We got you.
You just played it.
I gotta play it one more time though.
I have to say, may well be simple, but they're true.
Give me a Lou Rawls kind of vibe to you know what I mean? That's a classic legendary. Yeah.
Until you give your love, there's nothing here that we can do. Love is the opening door. Love is what we came here for. No one could offer you more. You know what I mean.
You so when legendary folks like yourself come into the studio, it shows up people, you know. I tell you how it shows up people now. A lot of our parents, right, and our grandparents, they sit down at home and these children are always on their social media, always on their Facebook, right? Yeah. Always on their YouTube. Yeah. You saw me say Ernie Smith come through. all of them people that who are talking about them children always up on YouTube, guess what them there right now? I'm for them Facebook, I'm for them YouTube, right? Because everybody hit me up right about it. Say, yeah, my mom's on Facebook, my mom's on YouTube. You see your mom that was telling you to get off the Facebook and the YouTube, but because Ernie up in the building, you know what I mean? I love it. Do you find that your audience connects more with the love songs, which you've got a lot of, than the more fun songs like a Duppy and Gunman kind of a vibe? What do they come out mostly looking for?
Well, if dub plate have anything to do with it, if dub plate have anything to do with it, it's Duppy Gunman.
You probably recorded 1,000 dub plays on him.
With Duppy Gunman.
Talk to me about this song right here. Tell me about how the concept for Ram Goat Liver come up.
Yeah.
How did Duppy Gunman come about?
It was 1972, 74. Mm-hmm. I was driving home with a lady, and I had a friend who used to walk with me all the while and help me lift my equipment and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I just dropped him off. Mm-hmm. But it felt like he was still in the back of the bus.
Right.
So I said,
but you drop him off?
I know I drop him off. Mm-hmm. So I said, it must be a Duppy. And then the times, I just say, Oregon, man. I don't know where I come from. And believe me, I never go home with that woman in. I just go straight to my yard.
Mm-hmm. Grab a guitar.
And grab my guitar.
Classics. Is it possible for you to do a show and don't perform that song there? Can you go on a stage, leave that stage, and not perform Duppy Gunman? And the place not right?
I don't remember ever doing that.
Ever?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about this right here.
I man forward on a different scene. I man Cali weed. I man Queen. Everything was irie, getting in the groove. I just come down to movement when someone said, don't move. Well, it must be a Duppy or a gunman. I might not find out yet.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I so frightened. All the doctor name I think.
Legendary things.
A Duppy or a gunman.
From the top. From the top, ladies and gentlemen. Legendary stuff. This is what legends are made of. Dub plates are made of, alright?
I man forward on a different scene. I man Cali weed. I man Queen. Everything was irie, getting in the groove. I just come down to movement when someone said, don't move. Well, it must be a Duppy or a gunman. I might not find out yet. I so frightened. All the doctor name I forget. Well, it must be a Duppy or a gunman. I never stopped to sleep. Quarry was a boy to I man last night. Him couldn't follow me. Next day the doctor asked me, what happened to you last night? Just when you're ready for work, you're sure you get stage fright. It was a dread from across the gully, just passing through. Decide to run a little joke, it wouldn't trouble you. Well, it must be a Duppy or a gunman. I'm on
Unfold.
food.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can't, blasphemy if you don't pull the tune up 3 times, 4 times, you know. Blasphemy if you don't pull it up 4 or 5 times and the dance, you man. People were riot.
I and I man forward.
Ernie Smith, ladies and gentlemen.
On a different scene. I and I man Cali weed. I and I man queen. Everything was irie. Getting in the groove.
Let me ask you a question, Sir Ernie. Sometimes we're in the studio, create music, right?
Yeah.
And some of the craziest moments are you know, people get excited, overly excited in studios, right? Them hear a bad line, them hear a bad phrase, them hear something, man. And wow. Give me an idea of what the vibe was like, how people were reacting when you were in the studio, laying down the verses, laying down the vocals for Dopey Gunman. What was that energy like in the studio that day?
It's 1974. It's a while ago.
It's been a little bit.
Yeah.
It's been a little bit. A couple days ago.
You know? More than a minute.
I can't imagine. I can only imagine.
Yeah. It was. The musicians were laughing. Some of them. Yeah.
A good time.
Yes.
This is probably one of those that you knew you had something special with this one.
Yes.
You knew right off the bat.
I knew that one, yes.
Who recorded this? Is this a Coxsone vibe?
No. I recorded all of my stuff with Federal, you know, all of that earlier stuff.
All that was Federal.
All that was Federal.
You did some recording with Trojan, right? Did you? Did you ever record?
No, Trojan just re-released.
Re-release of.
Yeah. This was produced by God, I don't remember his name. He come from Trinidad. He played trombone.
Produced by Trinity?
Jerome Francique from Trinity.
Really?
At Trinity.
I didn't know that. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Wow. You did a great job. This is classic. This is legendary. There are certain songs that are etched on the shelf, right? For different reasons, right?
Yeah.
And it's amazing if you were to pull a shelf right now and say, okay, you know what? There's 10 songs on here that's been the most impactful songs, right? It's gonna vary from the most revolutionary songs from Bob, right, to some of the dopest love songs probably from a D Brown. You know what I mean? And it's gonna have some of the most culturally dynamic songs which represents us, like a Ram Got Liver or a Duppy and Gunman, right? All in the same category, but all totally different planes, totally different spaces in the sphere, right?
Yeah.
But this right here is a special song.
Yeah.
This is a special.
There was a song you played about the old times or something like that. You know, it carried me back to.
Really?
It carried me back to the times when you could have just walk around Kingston and you hear music playing, just walk in a yard, and next thing you have a curry goat in your hand.
Oh, man.
You know, and man walk with 3 shirt because I'm going to sweat because it's Bob Marley singing, simmer down.
Easy.
You know?
Wow. That means a lot. You know why that means a lot? Because when I wrote that song, that was me.
Did you write that?
That's me and my band. Right, so I was on vocals, and the other vocalist is the one you hear doing the DJ part. I'm the one singing. But here's the thing about that song. When I wrote that song, it was a song we were writing songs to pretty much pitch him, right? So we're gonna pitch at the Barris. We're gonna pitch at the Barris Hammond, try to get him to sing it. But I felt once I was done, I love the song so much, I came up with every excuse in the book to not give it, to not pitch it. I was like, yo, Barris have rock away, the same type of song. Him not gonna wanna sing 2 songs like that. I came up with everything I could think of to not pitch a song to Barris, and I kept it from my album.
Yeah.
So that to hear that from you, that it takes you there, because that was the intention. You know, a lot of times we create stuff and people think that you stumble upon stuff. Like me asking you, Duppy and Gunman, there's no way for you to not know right then and there. So, yo, that's a smash. You know what I mean? It's almost like you know what you feel, because you know what your intention is. My intention with that song was for you to get what you got from it. So I feel like mission accomplished. You know what I mean? I give thanks.
The whole time. You sang that?
Yeah.
Whoa.
So that's from that album.
Okay.
So, but it's just, you know, I grew up in a time where You know, you don't have to be. It's not my grandpa's time. It's not my father's time, but it was still a nice time, where I could compare my journeys to theirs in terms of going into a dance.
Yeah,
what
man.
it felt like. You know, it just felt like music. It just felt like peanut man, con man, jerk man, soup. You know what I mean? That's what you just have a good time and go back home.
Yeah.
You know, and know when you walk into a party, you do yearn for those days because it's evident that it gone. It gone.
Them times are gone.
You have to curate that right now. For example, you're gonna be at Ginger Bay on July 21st.
Yeah.
That's a curated event. For me to feel how I feel and get that feeling again, me have to go draw for Ernie Smith. I gotta bring you in a venue like that where it's compact and the energy, because energy is a lot.
Yeah.
And we want to feel that energy there. A place like Ginger Bay captures that energy because it's not the biggest stuff venues. It's not the smallest, but it's not the biggest of venue where your audience is way down the road, right?
Yeah.
They're some of them are in arms, right? Arms reach.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the type of music where you're delivering, I gotta come to see Ernie Smith if I want to feel that way there. Me can't go even tune when we get every day me bust a blank and I say bad tune, big tune.
Yeah.
If I want that feeling, I can't get that. I gotta call you.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If not, me can play it in my car and drive around and vibe from the studio to home.
Yeah.
But more something on my soul and on my bones, I gotta call Ernie Smith. I gotta say, come sing up here and Gunman. You know what I mean? I tell you this, my father ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
But if me tell my father, say, we're gonna listen, Ernie Smith, he there. You know what I mean? I go to church the next morning. Listen, Rev, Pastor, we're gonna deal with that thing, but he might be late because he coming out.
I went to Tobago to do a show, and they invite me to church, and me sing All for Jesus.
In church the next morning.
Everybody I sing with me.
Wow. Word for it.
Word for word. Everybody.
Wow.
I could not.
Wow.
Then I find out said the song is in the Anglican Caribbean hymn book.
Wow. And you didn't know?
I didn't know.
Hey Cheryl, out there while go on, steal it. What up? That must be a great feeling.
Yeah.
You know, you mentioned Glacia, right?
Yeah.
Glacia's a gospel artist and she's a different generation. How did that connection come about? Writing.
I was practicing. I wrote another song called oh man.
What is I gonna call it? Big tune. What is I gonna call it? Big tune.
Anyway, I was there with a keyboard and that song just kind of. I don't even think I wrote that song. My wife left and went to down the hill. Mm-hmm. By the time she came back, the song was finished.
Wow.
And I was in tears.
Wow.
My Jesus.
No, I'm going to find it somewhere else then, Ernie. No, I'm going to find it on YouTube or something then. So that was, you didn't set out to write that song. That song came to you.
Yes.
How divine is that though? Because I tell people this all the time. Say a lot of times we love to think that we are in charge. You know what I mean? We're just passengers on this bus.
All right.
You know what I mean? We're just passengers on this bus. Sometimes we don't know where the thing come from.
Yeah.
Tell me the name of the song one more time. Glacia Robinson.
Glacia Robinson. My Jesus.
Let's find it. By all means necessary. By all means necessary. Where I find it now? By all means necessary.
In a world gone insane, with the weight of all my pain taking me under, making me wonder. At a time in my strife, overburdened with my life, you gave me my freedom. You gave me a reason to go on through the pain, through the tears, and through the rain. Protected by your love, my Jesus. Not afraid anymore. Never worried what's in store. You opened every door, my Jesus. Tell me now what to write.
Wow.
Change my ways.
Wow. It's funny. We're talking up. I just looked over here and a couple of people are typing the name of the thing. You gotta play it, G Cole. You gotta play it all for Jesus. Some of them never got church yet. No, straight heathen. No. It's like Jonah Marietta ball for Jesus, but play all for Jesus. Jonah, man, please. You know you ain't been to Sunday school in a hot minute. You know you haven't been, but it's all good. It's all good.
Hello, sweetheart.
You know you haven't been. You know what? I'm gonna find that one. No. I'm gonna find the one where Power and the Glory. I'll find it. You know, no, I'll say this. I think Glacier Robinson has one of the most unique, dynamic voices I've ever heard. Every time I hear her, and I hear Gladys and I hear Nora Jones. I hear like a fusion of Gladys and Nora Jones. She just has a dynamic voice that's convincing and it has conviction in it. And if I wrote it and I teared up when I wrote it, I'd probably tear up again hearing it. When she, you know what I mean?
Well,
Jano.
That's what was happening to me when
you wrote the song?
When I wrote this song.
So when a song like this, when you create your songs, right?
Yeah.
What's your process? Do you have a creative process? Is there a process to creating this stuff?
No, I was with a keyboard this time, and I was just playing some chords, and then it kind of came to me. In a world, it started there. In a world.
Wow. And you knew that you weren't gonna keep this for yourself. This was gonna be for somebody else.
Yeah, it was. I think. Yeah, I wasn't going to record it. I wasn't. I was mostly writing.
At that point you were in just writing mode.
Yeah, it was in the 90s.
Do you differentiate like I was mentioning with that song earlier? I had plans to give it to somebody and then decided, nah, I don't want it. Does that happen to you too, where you plan for write a song and no, sir?
No.
I'm keeping this one.
No? Usually, the songs that I wrote for people, I was in the studio at Federal.
Okay.
So, the producers decided according to what I had going.
Mm-hmm.
If I had a hit going and something else came up, then would,
somebody. I got you. Nah, it's one of them things where I always wonder about, because I that happens to me. I've very rare. I think there's only one song I've ever given to somebody. I wanted it back. You know what I mean? In a case like this, I didn't give it to him, period.
Yeah.
I've had a couple of songs that I was like, nah, I'm holding on to this one. But again, in a case like you have quite an illustrious catalog, so you can't pick on. You can't say, I'm gonna give it. It's Christmas. You have that. You know what I mean? you can have a song. It's like giving away your baby. Well, some of them to give away. You have some of them go bad baby. If you give some of them to you. Ladies and gentlemen.
Hey amigos, big up Spaceman, scene. Yeah man, it's the great Mexican saying, play good music, I say good music. Run that.
And as we fight one another,
had to find it
for the
somehow.
power and the glory, the kingdom goes to waste. We the people want to know just where we're going. Right now we hands are tied behind the back, while certain people, if unbuttoned, to know is a possibility, unchangeability. Violence and crime is commonplace in these said times. No man walk free. Prophecy come closer to fulfillment.
Somebody even sent it over to me. See, time. Kevin's so large of himself. Right after he sent it to me too. So by the hook or the crook, we're gonna get the song. And same version he sent over to me also. You know, as I go through again listening to the music here, a song like this one, there's something, and I think maybe that's what's missing, because you know we search in this day and age. We search for the reasons why our accomplishments aren't the same, right? If it's our athletes, what we say nowadays, well, they have too much distraction and they don't make too much money. So they're living too much, they're having too much fun, they're partying too much, so they're not practicing enough, you know, whatever it is. Same thing for our artists too. And I always wonder, because there's a simplicity in the way you write your songs, right? That the music breathes. It's a mutual existence between instrumentation and vocals, right? In today's day, you kind of hear a little bit of a battle between instrumentation and vocals. It's like somebody trying to win this battle right here. Sometimes it's vocals, sometimes it's instrumentation, right? But there's a mutual coexistence that's beautiful with the songs that you have. But there's also a simplicity, and I always feel like less is more. It's like the lyrics are to the point. There's not too much going on in terms of distracting you from the message. Is that just Ernie, or is it you carefully craft it that way to get the message, or it's just you being you?
It's basically just me being me. Sometimes I don't even know what is going to make a hit. I just, you know,
Just creating.
Just create and take it to the studio.
Wow.
You know.
I think we need some writing camps and stuff like that, and people need to pay attention to writings like yours.
I'm just learning now, you know, from what I've done, you know, to keep certain things simple, you know, and even though I'm, it's
still learning.
It's an ongoing process.
Wow. Especially for a musician, because a lot of times, you know, if you have the capability, you can get carried away, you know, what I mean?
Yeah.
If you have, you know, again, I always compare our athletes, you know, if you could dunk, you're gonna dunk when you could just settle for a layup. You know what I mean? And sometimes you're gonna dunk and miss the thing.
I miss the thing.
But it's like, I always wonder sometimes maybe, you know, somebody like yourself, you have the knack for musicianship, songwriting, singer. You're a trifecta. You have what most people have to choose one of. You know, some songwriters have to go find a singer and a musician. Some musicians have to go find a singer and a songwriter. You have it. So, but in this case, it works. Whereas I feel for a lot of people, it's a battle. You know what I mean? Which one wins? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But there's something pure. There's something nice and clean about the songs, whether it's a love song or just a vibe or a ride on somewhere. You know what I mean? So you something like this. You know what I mean?
All right.
He is a guy who knows how to get around. He can find a girl in every single town.
Walk on, Sir Lloyd.
Every night there is somebody new, and all the girls just love the way that he.
Here we go down the mulberry bush, the mulberry bush, the mulberry bush.
But if you keep on doing what you're doing, Sammy, you're gonna find that you're ruined. Sammy, you can't work all day and play all night. Keep on doing what you're doing, Sammy. You're gonna find that you're ruined, Sammy. 'Cause you're just wasting away. You'll soon be out of sight. He's a guy who'll never change his ways, 'cause he don't really care what anybody says. Every night he goes spreading joy, and every single girl is crazy about the boy.
Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water,
and they all sing, keep on doing what you're doing, Sammy, 'cause if you stop by the room, Sammy, I'll be coming through soon, Sammy, and then I'll be alright. 'Cause when you do it like you do, Sammy, you make my dreams come true, Sammy. I just wanna be with you, Sammy, all day, all night.
Sir Ernie, my grandma was a church lady, right? She don't play nothing but gospel, but I used to tell her she have a temper bias. Of course, in the older, I used to tell her a temper bias. And why I called it a temper bias is this. If this song was on too up-tempo a rhythm, it's a bad song. You know what I mean? You probably say something bad on it, right? But you see how it's nice and mellow and smooth right about now. Because I'm hearing all the tongue-in-cheekness or whatever the case may be. And I've heard this play at my grandma's house. My grandma had no idea what was going on. You know what I mean? So, slide it in there. Subtleties. The thing is, nowadays, artists are not subtle, none at all. They just, there's no thought. There's no thought. You know what I mean?
Right.
Do you, as you drive around and listen to music, are you inspired when you listen to the radio and you hear stuff coming through the radio, to the speakers?
I don't hear so much Jamaican music these days. But I'm still listening to the old rhythm and blues songs that, you know, Young, Gifted and Black,
right.
all of that stuff.
Still
brand new to me.
Wow.
You know? And then there's a songwriter called Jimmy Buffett. I listen to a lot of his stuff because him know him doing.
Yeah, Jimmy played at a corporate party at work.
Yeah.
And you know, they said that there's gonna be an artist. I didn't know who the artist was. They didn't tell us who the artist was. And it was Jimmy Buffett. Just come out in shorts and Bahama shirt and a guitar. I was like, man, Jimmy Buffett is here. But again, there's something irreverent about certain sounds and certain songs and certain artists. You know what I mean? Like yourself. I always also wonder about at home because we complain a lot about losing reggae music. And we complain about, and rightfully so. I don't think we're losing anything. I think if anything, we're giving it away. We're discarding it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So somebody's doing well.
Yeah.
It just ain't us because we're giving it away. But we also, when I'm there in the island, I always listen to see, is the culture being preserved? I want to say preservation of culture. Am I hearing Ernie Smith a lot on the radio and all them kind of things? You know what I mean? In adverse, because here's the thing, it's not just about they're playing what's hot today. They will play classic stuff, but it might be classic R&B. It might be classic top 40, classic pop, right?
Yeah.
But we've got classic works.
Yes.
You know, like yours. Does radio in Jamaica show a lot of love? Because I understand that they pay out a lot of royalties, but it's not. It's like 30% sometimes and sometimes less to Jamaican artists, and majority goes overseas. You know, does Ernie get the love he's supposed to get on Jamaican airwaves?
Well, what happens is that my songs that are played on the radio, as far as I know, anywhere, go through a collection company called SoCan.
Oh, okay.
Right? So, you know, what I need to do more of is to especially to get performing rights. I need to list every show that I do and send in a
playlist.
Playlist.
But the proprietor is supposed to do that.
Huh?
The proprietor is supposed to do that. But I guess you can't count on them to do that. Yeah. That's so true. Why they're not do it. They're not gonna do it.
They're not do it.
I just love it because the other thing pretty much is here they preserve them culture. You know what I'm saying? And I'd love to see that they preserve
more of that.
More of our thing.
In our environment.
Yeah, because it's It's great music. Easy. Let me tell you something. Yes, when I listen to your music right now, I'm sitting down here talking to you right now, but visually, mentally, I am in Jamaica, going to Manchester from Ocho-Rios. You know what I mean? Going, and it's just it's visually take me there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm in that car. I'm in that Cartina.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I used to have a Cartina back in the day, and I'm going up to Manchester. You know what I mean? I can every curve to Brownstone.
You go Runaway Big,
all the way up.
Brownstone, Alexandria.
Yeah, Alexandria go. That's what's happening right now. And
next time you reach Alexander, make a left and I'm 5 miles.
That's what you're at? Welcome Lincoln, Ernie. Welcome Circle, you man. Because trust me. There's some reference to the music. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the deal. When you even go stream the music, you know, go out there and stream. Unfortunately, that's the way they're doing it nowadays. I am not a fan of it, but it is what it is, right? Yeah. It is what it is. Go out there and stream the music. There's another song you have that is just remarkable. It's a song where I used to hear a lot. I want to say a lot. I say if you're a reggae music I playing in my grandmother's house, Ja is all I have to say. Ja works. And I heard this one right here.
Life is just for living. Life is just for living. See that cat sitting on the mat, thinking about what is what and who is who. That cat is me. That cat is you. See that guy staring in the sky, taking in the beat of the sun. He's having fun. That guy is me. That guy is you. Taking in today's vibrations, tomorrow's coming down slow. Taking it free and easy, that's the only way to go. Yes, I'd rather be me, rather be free, to be myself, my way, that's how it's got to be. This is the song that young men sing. Life is just for living. Life is just for living. Life is just for living.
So they come out on July 21st, which is Friday, down to Ginger Bay Cafe. They're gonna be hearing all these hits.
All right, yeah.
All these hits.
This song, you mightn't believe this, but this song was written for a beer commercial.
What? Really?
Yeah. No. CGR, Carter Gamble and Robinson. They give me a pitch. Adrian Robinson tell me, say, him noticed that after the election, Michael did win, right? After the election, people not really drinking the hard liquor anymore, they're just having a beer. So.
I get it.
So, right? So now, that's the song I wrote for it, right? And then Ted Powder, which was in the publishing department at Federal, he entered the song in the Tokyo Festival in Japan. Wow. And it tied with England for first place.
Wow.
So when I come back from there, you know, all I had to do was to, the song say, I'd rather have a red stripe.
What? But you're mentioning it right now. Oh my God! It feels like I could see that. When you see the Corona commercial and you see the beach and certain music bit. Yeah. Oh, I can see this as the red. Now that you mention it, I can see it as that red. Wow.
So then the thing about it is that Red Stripe took 5,000 copies and gave to their employees.
Of the song.
So we never get that much royalty off it.
Right.
But they sure sold a lot of beer.
You shouldn't be a fan of the Red Stripe for the rest of your life, Shouldn't be offended at red stripe for the rest of your life. Red stripe. I want to up to. Now we have to talk. All them new red stripe lights and them red stripe sorrels and gingers and limes and whatever the case may be. Y'all need not charge Sir Ernie Smith for another red stripe. And if you don't drink red stripe, guess who does? I do. Yeah. It's such a beautiful. Yo, I'm gonna say I cannot wait to. I can't wait. I'm gonna say I just can't wait to see the live performance. I think the last time I saw you was a long time ago. Yeah. Live. Like I think I saw it. You probably remember. The last time I saw you was at I think Broward Center. Years ago. With the orchestra vibe. It was you, Freddie. It's a long time ago.
Broward Center.
Somewhere I might be mistaken the venue, but it's somewhere down here. Down here. And it was a long time ago, and it was like 3 or 4 of you on that show. Okay. I'm gonna go dig up the stuff because I know I have some of the stuff.
All right.
But of course, it wasn't that up close and personal, you know. Yeah. And this is, it shows like these that people never forget, memorable, because they will be able to come touch the artist and come talk to the artist and stuff like that. And remember, I feel like we can have a red stripe. You said the things I'm tell us, John know the things. Dania. John said Dania. Dania. That's where it was. That's for sure. But it's been a while. Dania. Okay. It was a while. It was a while ago. But I'm excited to see this just because it's a different kind of a vibe, different type of energy. Yeah. I like the intimate atmosphere. You know what I mean? Yeah. The artist is right there. You know, sometimes we can't converse. We end up on a big stage, we can't converse. We can't do that. You know what I mean? Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ernie Smith, and this is July 21st, which is Friday. Ginger Bay Cafe in Hollywood. Show start on time. Do you know what time show start? What time show start? 9 o'clock. Right? And here's the deal. All right. I forgot to do this again. The views of G. Cole does not represent those of Mr. Ernie Smith. Don't hold against him, right? I gotta go to bed, right? Never go to bed. I got stuff to do on a Saturday. So I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be your host for the show. But 9 o'clock where I start. But now wait for no. Till no 10 o'clock. No 11. No 12 for start, no show. Mr. Ernie Smith is a newlywed and my young man, he can't stay up with and them like that. Me? I'm 13 years deep in this. I'm celebrating my 13th anniversary, all right? So I'm going home. I'm just letting you know. So, come out on time. The band's going to be on time waiting on y'all. The DJ going to be there on time waiting on y'all. I'm going to be there on time waiting on y'all. All right? Yes, I'm fire on them people. It's a jukebox up. I think a song request. I think turning on. Song request. What do you think? What do you think the man's prefer right about them?
What?
Some of them need Jesus in their life, you know. All for Jesus.
All right.
All for Jesus. All for Jesus. It's here on you. It's here on you. You need Jesus in your life. Joanna Marie.
Jesus come today for a poor man like me. Salvation come my way, my soul set free. Jesus come for all, and we must hear his call. Open up your heart today and let it be. No matter if you're thief, or if you're dread, or if you have a crown upon your head. No matter if you have no heart at all, Jesus bring love for one and all. Sing it.
Easy. Ladies and gentlemen, it's called All for Jesus. Special request. Jesus again, come out to Ginger Bay, get it live.
For a poor man like me, salvation come my way, my soul set free. Jesus come for all, and we must hear his call. Open up your heart today and let it be. No matter if you're thief, or if you're dread, or if you have a crown upon your head. No matter if you have no heart at all, Jesus bring love for one and all. Sing it, children. I for Jesus, you for Jesus, all for Jesus, fall for Jesus. Come to Jesus, Jesus come for one, he come for all.
Walk on to the car. Bevelin, how are you?
Tony Carr.
Yeah, man, Tony in the building, you know what I mean?
Tony Carr.
Tony Carr, the one and only.
Oh.
He's watching some, enjoying himself, some Ernie Smith another day, you know what I mean?
All right.
VJ, much love.
Man, woman, boy, and girl, he gave his son for you, his son for me. No matter if you're thief, or if you're dread, or if you have a crown on your head. If you have no heart at all, Jesus bring love for one and all. Sing it, children. I for Jesus, you for Jesus, all for Jesus, fall for Jesus. Come to Jesus, Jesus come for one, he come for all. Jesus Christ today, the same as yesterday, the one, the only way, the King for me. Let it come to pass, mankind find love at last, just as it was time past. So let it be. No matter if you're thief, or if you're dread, or if you have a crown on your head. No matter if you have no heart at all, Jesus bring love for one and all. Sing it, children. I for Jesus, you for Jesus, all for Jesus, fall for Jesus. Come to Jesus, Jesus come for one, he come for all. Sing it, children. I for Jesus, you for Jesus, all for Jesus, fall for Jesus. Come to Jesus, Jesus come for one, he come for all. Sing it, children. I for Jesus, you for Jesus, all for Jesus, fall for Jesus.
Them two them make fade out and you know mix the one you know you just better want to go all the way out. Make you go all the way out, all for Jesus. You're good now? You're good. You can allow me now? You get your song, all right? Everybody, you get your song right now. You leave me alone, all right? Thank you very much. Sir Ernie, man, it's a blessing. It's a blessing. It's a blessing.
It's a pleasure.
Man, trust me. I can't wait. I think probably the purest baritone there is. You know, there are a couple of people, just a few, who, you know, is either a God-given gift, or because if it's not a gift, then it takes some work for singing in a baritone so smoothly, navigate them notes. I've got the kind of way there with a bar. If me do that after one song, laryngitis take me up a long time. Can't manage it. They're bigger above my pay grade, bigger than me. So, but congrats on a catalog that's worth sitting down and soaking in over and over and over again. And I'm looking forward to the show. And on behalf of all the people listening in from near and far, because I see everybody, unfortunately, whenever I'm having a nice conversation, sometimes I can't get to all the comments, but when I'm done, I'm going to get to them for y'all. All right, Dorothy, much love, much love, much love. I said, Dorothy said, the one and only Ernie Smith, he's one of my favorite singers. How often do you hear that?
Oh, God. Every day.
A lot. And guess what? It's genuine, you know. When sometimes people say that when the artist in the building, you know when it's genuine because of the music that they're talking about.
Yeah,
Somebody say, "Yo, my favorite singer." I listen to catalog. You're like, "No, you lying." You know, not with them songs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when you hear the music and you feel how the music makes you feel, and it's a generational thing. Like I said, my grandpa got the records, loving the records. My parents got the records, loving the records. I'm loving the records. My daughter's 23 years old. I want me a rock out, she rocking out too.
Yeah.
That's transcending generation. Just I said, you're gonna be 100 years gone, and them song, yeah, still a reverence when them drop. Still a reverence. I give thanks for you passing through, sir. Earl, Wagwan. And one thing I will say is this: I'm not a fan of the word humility at all. Not because there's anything wrong with being humble, but we've so misconstrued the word. You know what I mean? It's almost like humility is supposed to not appreciate and acknowledge your greatness. You know what I mean? It's like your greatness is a gift from God. Being humble is how you respond to folks, but listen me, man. Yes, sir. You're supposed to, the red carpet needs to be laid down. You know what I mean? People should be acting the fool out in these streets. So while we accept the humility, you are Ernie Smith, and we give flowers, give you your roses. You know what I mean? While we have the opportunity to do so, because it's well earned and well deserved, sir.
Just give me one of them CD, man.
But we got you covered. We got you covered. The whole nine. You're on social media, right?
Yeah.
The page, just Ernie Smith Official. I hit that. I got it right? Go on Instagram, Ernie Smith Official. Follow Ernie Smith, all right? Don't jump in that man DMs. Him newly married, newlywed. Come on, that man business. Leave him. All right? Just enjoy the music. Follow. Have a good time. All right? Love the man, newly married. Wife goes to the range every Friday. All right? Liable to pop a cap in one of y'all. I'm just saying. Sir Ernie. We're going to leave them with that one, but I thank y'all so much. Ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed a pleasure hanging out with Mr. Ernie Smith, the legend, and I don't use the word loosely.
Be blessed.
Thank you, sir.
Be very blessed.
Looking forward to the show. Legendary things. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Mr. Ernie Smith. Again, go stream the music. Get the streams up, all right? Let your radio stations play the song. If you don't hear it, call and complain, all right? We're getting another classic right now. Jano.
Long time. We no have no nice time. Do you, yeah.
Sorry for interrupting the thing. Sorry. I mean, I knew we were going to get it. The plan was to get up out of here, all right? But let me tell you something. This is the tune. Your fault, first of all. It's not my fault. Your fault. You build the tune.
A Bob song.
Well, your version. These are the songs where the party done 9 o'clock and everybody try to go to the door and the DJ drop this and just mess it up. Promote up. Everybody promote like, damn. All the people who work at the venue, the bartender who want going beyond like, Jesus, no infects with you for the whole man. I'm just saying. Hey Farrah, how you doing? Very rarely do I do this, but I got to take a picture of Mr. Ernie Smith in the studio with the G-Code in the background. I don't do this every day, but I got to, all right? When the legend in the building, it is what it is.
Just won't let me be. I'm gonna rock you now. Won't you rock with me? Long, 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 long time. We don't have no nice time. Do you, yeah? Think about that.
Yeah, man. July 21st, Friday coming up. Set off your weekend on a vibe like this. Nice time. It's going to be a nice time, trust me. Ginger Bay Cafe. I'm going to be there. The legendary Ernie Smith going to be there. Where you going to be? You better be there.
Here is my heart to rock you steady. I'll give you love anytime you're ready. They say the heart and beat just won't let me be. I'm gonna rock you now. Won't you rock with me? Long, 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 long time.
Long time.
We don't have no night.
We ain't had no nice time.
Yeah.
I know you think about that. Come see Ernie Smith, ladies and gentlemen, July 21st, Ginger Bay Cafe. I got to get up out of here. Thank you all so much for rocking with me. It has indeed been a pleasure. Remember, if you haven't yet subscribed to the podcast, Homegrown G Codes available on iTunes, Spotify, TuneIn, Stitcher, Google Play, iHeartRadio, Radio.com, YouTube, wherever you listen to your podcast. We are there, all right? Subscribe. This one's going to be up there real soon. Hit up your friends on YouTube. Tell them go check it out, all right? Legend, legend, legend. We got to go.
Nakikinika sa música Homegrown with G. Cole.
Estás escuchando Homegrown con G. Cole.
您现在正在收听的是 Homegrown with G. Cole.
You're listening to Homegrown with G. Cole.